Hi, I'm Ginger Beatty, and I am the owner of Ginger Snapshots Photography, where I am at in my studio now. And I wanted to make a series of videos to tell my story, and I will tell you straight up that my story is interlaced with my faith. It's one and the same, and you can't separate one from the other when it comes to me. So let's say, how did I get started with photography? First, let me say this. Photography is one of those gifts that I received that I never knew I wanted, but once I received it, it was exactly what I wanted. And that is crazy God thing. So growing up, I never had planned on being a photographer. I didn't know any photographers. I had 4 little sisters, and I loved being the big sister, and I decided when I grew up I would be a mother, and that's all I wanted, to get married and be a mother. So when it came time to graduate from high school, I really had no aspirations for a career of any kind. We did the career assessments in high school, and it said I could be an actress or maybe a activity director, and I never did pursue either one of those. But I did go to college for about a year, and I didn't have any kind of desire to be there or any kind of passion for it, and I quickly left. I did get married and have a family. So let's fast forward to Kansas, being married to my husband Gabriel, and we were involved in ministry. We were involved in ministry before we came to Kansas, and we came here to be involved in ministry. And we were pastoring a church, and I was working at college as an administrative assistant and just really not satisfied with that job. I loved the students. I absolutely loved the students and the people I worked with. It was just not me. And I had done it for many years. It was time for a change. So I decided to go back to school. And when I went back to school, I thought I have to be able to have some kind of passion for it, or I'll never stay with it. In order for me to be able to finish, I knew I needed to do something that was related to ministry, and I pursued a bachelor's degree in pastoral ministry, pastoral leadership. And I loved it, and it was Lee University, and I loved my teachers. And while going there, I had decided that's what I want to do. I want to be an online college teacher, and I just felt like I could have an impact on people, and that would be something that I would do. I was already teaching at the church, and I loved it, and that's what I decided to do. And then I realized that most people, I wouldn't have a chance to have it without a master's degree. So then I continued, and I went to Life University to get a master's degree in strategic leadership, and I love that. And while I was going there, a key person there that had the ability to hire me said, I'll put you in a teaching position once you graduate. And I believe with all my heart he meant that. And the crazy thing is, as I got closer to graduation, and even after I graduated, nothing opened. I mean, nothing. And it was one of those crazy things that you have so many closed doors, you start to say, this isn't me. This isn't meant to be, and you realize that God's closing those doors. I tried doing teaching. I tried to get around it and do the VIP teaching, VIP Kids, which is teaching English to Chinese students, and I did okay with that, but it wasn't me either. Being very animated with little children that didn't understand English at 5 o'clock in the morning was very difficult for me because I'm not a morning person. So I stopped doing that, and nothing was opening. And then I started to apply for other jobs, and nothing was opening. And I decided to continue my education, and I started to pursue a doctorate in ministry at Southeastern University, which I love too. And then at the same time, we were pastoring a church, and we started getting into videos. We wanted to record our sermons to put them online. And we wanted to have like introduction videos and make a video presence online with our website, and then start a YouTube. So I started looking at all these different things, and we created little rigs with our phones and microphones and lights, and then we bought cameras. And I bought my first camera, real camera I would say, a Panasonic G7, and I fell in love with it. I did the videos. And the first video I did was one like this, where it was a black background and just small lighting, you know, like they would call that low-key lighting. And I had fun with it. And the more we did the videos, the more I fell in love with my camera. And then I just wanted to study ISO, aperture, all of these different settings and how it affected, and how do you take a picture of this beautiful rose and have the background blurry. And I watched video after video after video on YouTube, and like that became my college while I was going to college. And then we bought more camera equipment, and then I wanted to take pictures, do a photo booth at the church, and then I wanted to take pictures of the kids, and I set up a little place in the bedroom and took pictures. And I realized I even helped my daughter buy a camera, but somewhere in there I realized I wanted to do this as a business, as a way to earn an income. And I couldn't even tell my husband that was what I wanted to do, because it was like, me, a photographer? It's like, it just sounded so foreign and so crazy. And like, if you saw my pictures when I was a teenager taking pictures, here would be the picture and somebody's head would be here and the rest would be the ceiling, because I was so bad at it. So how in the world would I think that I could be a photographer? But I really began to pray about it, and I knew that God was giving me the okay to do this, and I had complete peace about it. And I had to talk to my husband about it, and I don't think he could see the gifting there, but he loves me, so he supported me because of that. Later on, he did say that I take beautiful portraits, but it took him a little while to say, yeah, you can do this, but he did back me up in it. So then I opened up so I had to get another camera. And then when I became more serious, I had to get another camera. So I have the camera that I wanted to get, and I started doing model calls and taking pictures, and that's how it began. So this is just the beginning and just a short introduction of who I am and how I got started. I would like to do many more videos to tell you how we went from the garage to the bedroom to different places to finally building this studio, and the process of building this studio. And this video could be good for people just looking for inspiration, faith, or other photographers. I think it's good for us to tell stories. I consider myself a visual storyteller, and I love telling stories, and I think that's what most people like to do. So I am new to this thing, but please like and subscribe to my video if you would, and catch my next videos when they come out. Bye for now.